Okay, now that the eye veins are pretty much under control, we've got them on their own layer, we're going to separate the brightening aspects and the color aspects of the iris and the eye. So here what we're going to do is I'm going to tap my B for my brush tool. I'm going to switch colors and tap the Q key to go into quick mask mode and make sure I'm at 100%. So I'm going to get a brush here, not my lash brush, my catch light brush. I'm going to get a larger brush, 100%. So I'm going to basically select all of the whites, and I'm going way overboard, as you can see here. So all this is all about the whites of the eyes. Tap the Q key, and now I'm going to get an adjustment layer, and I'm going to get a curve, and I'm just going to take the middle and I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to bump it up quite a bit because I'm going to go back to now the mask, and I'm going to be painting with black, and I'm going to be painting out, cutting in that mask, making sure I have not oversprayed onto my pupil or onto any part of the eye. So it's basically just the whites of the eyes. So I go through here, and a great way to tell if you got it, you can turn it on and off and make sure. And then you can get that curve up and bring it back a little bit. Again, we're going to work hot because we're going to bring that back. And we'll call this eye whites. And now we're going to do the same thing, tapping the Q key. Black is my foreground color, 100% each side. We're going to do the same thing with the iris. Okay, now we're just dealing with a color here, so we're going to not really pay attention to the pupil that much. We're going to go there, and we're going to go there. Tap the Q key. Now here you can use a bunch of different ways to make this happen. A bunch of different adjustment layers are possible, but I've found that color balance works really well in this respect because I can look at start with the midtones, and if I want to add some green, I can add some green. I want to add some yellow, or maybe some yellow, maybe some red. The midtones, go to the shadows, get some more green in the shadows. Maybe too much yellow. And finally the highlights. So I get much more of a presence of green in her eyes with this color balance. And I can also click on that mask, and with black as my foreground color, I can make sure that I'm holding it back from the pupil. I don't have any spillover onto the eyelashes or anything like that. So basically, you're going to find this method I use quite often with, basically cutting in your mask. So this is going to be iris color. And we're going to command click on this mask to load it again. And with that mask in play, we're going to get another adjustment, and that adjustment is going to be a curve. And that curve we're going to use to just brighten the eyes, brighten just the iris. We're going to call this iris bright. And now what we've done here is we've added color, and we've separated the whites from the color of the iris. But what we've done is we flattened out the eyes. So in this next lesson we're going to try to bring that shape back to the eyes to give it a little bit more dimension.